Hello. Hello. What do you want us to say?
I don't know.
Anything. Who are you guys?
I'm Heather.
I'm Marco.
We have been making these lists, crazy lists, and it's so awful because every time we cross something off, it feels like there's another thing that we have to put on. So I got my license, but now, Heather, you need to get international driver's license. And that is the packing list, or that's like the things that you need to do list. Okay, create rental agreement. Rodrigo, we finally get to cut that one off.
Woohoo!
We're gonna miss dog.
Careful with him.
Packing for this trip was unlike any other trip that I've packed for. This is the first time that I've ever packed for this kind of a trip with as many people as we actually have going on the trip. Honest to goodness, there was times where I was literally paralyzed. I would walk out into the family room, and in the family room we had everything laid out all over the family room floor. And we also had baskets and boxes and little canvas bags filled up with things. And I would walk out there and I would see this stuff and I'd just be like, oh my God, I cannot handle this. So I'd like go back into the kitchen and I would do something different. Well, there's a big difference between the way that Bella packs and the way that Marco packs. So with Bella, I'm totally confident that she is going to get the things that she needs. With Marco, on the other hand, he really didn't want to pack. I'd be like dealing with my own stuff, and I'd be like, huh, where's Marco? And then you would walk back to the end of the hall, and there he would be, painting his Lego, or reading a book, or snuggling with a dog, or something. And yeah, he definitely did not want to pack.
We've taken all the carts. We're being super selfish and rude, but there's nobody else at the storage unit right now, so we are just gonna use all the carts and put them all in the giant industrial-sized elevator.
I, of course, packed the night before, laid everything out on my bed, decided what clothes I was bringing, which shoes I was bringing, even though I knew in the back of my mind, I had made lists and lists about what I thought I was going to bring, but then packed everything in Ziploc bags, packed everything in the pack, and I only got an hour's sleep before we left for the airport. It was totally worth it.
So I had a going away party and it was super fun. It was pretty wild. We ate salad out of cups and we watched The Breakfast Club and we played Uno. So it was great. Most of my friends managed to show up. We ate a lot of candy, which was nice. And it was fun. We had a good conversation. It was good to see everybody before I left.
My soccer team / soccer community decided to throw a bonfire party for me because I was leaving. We went to Noah's house and we mostly just waited for people to get there, and then once they did, we started playing games like two-sided soccer. We just kept playing soccer for most of the time.
What are you doing in Peru? Inca Trail?
No.
Machu Picchu? Well, that's the Inca Trail.
Then later in the night, it was really fun. We made s'mores. I think that I am going to miss my friends more than they are going to miss me, just because they have all their other friends to do things with. I am not taking any offense at all, because if one of them was out somewhere for a really long period of time like I am, I wouldn't miss them as much as they would miss me, because I'm with all my other friends that I can still play with, do other things with. I don't know.
I think the hardest thing for me to leave behind was Pablo, believe it or not, our little dog. It's kind of harsh because you get acquainted and you develop this love. He becomes a member of your family, and not being able to take him around is brutal. I think about him every day actually, and I know that was one of the hardest things for Marco too. He doesn't speak of him very often, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes he gets kind of teary-eyed when he talks about him. I think all of us kind of really miss him.
I had dinner with Gretchen and Rodrigo, and we were just talking about the things that I enjoyed doing and my experiences, and then they told me about this trip and asked me if I wanted to join them. And then they were like, oh, but you can think about it. But in my head, I had already thought about it because I automatically was like, of course I have to go. Even though it's for a year and I would miss everyone, but I couldn't not do it.
In the US, like, for my entire life, the only thing making me Brazilian is the fact that I have a Brazilian passport. It's the fact that the government says that I'm Brazilian, the Brazilian government says that I'm Brazilian. But I haven't ever lived in Brazil, and I haven't, like, the only culture really that I've genuinely immersed in is the American culture. So I'm really excited to build on that part of my identity. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and we are heading. We gotta go. We gotta go. Coffee. Heather wants to get a pumpkin spice latte before we leave because we're skipping fall, so we're definitely gonna do that.
Heather had told me that she could handle anything. She could handle absolutely anything on the trip as long as she had good coffee. And so, yes, I admit it. We brought a stovetop espresso maker.
I think my main goal for this trip has always been to really have the experience of a lifetime. This is a life-changing event for me. It's a dream that we always had to be able to leave everything behind and pursue an adventure with the family. I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to reset and to learn new ways of living a life. Every time you press a reset button, then you have a chance to make your life better.
To me, a home can either be a house or it can just be the community that you live in. I call home Falls City because that's where all my friends are. That's what I consider home.